Hi everyone, welcome to Ru's Kitchen and Garden. Today I'm going to show you my specialty recipe, which is a kachi dam ki biryani. So I always make it for parties, or even when I used to cater, I used to make it. Um, the spice level in this biryani, though it's called Hyderabadi kachi dam ki biryani, but the spice level can be adjusted according to you. This is how I make it, and hope you like it. And if you do like, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So let's move on and make our Hyderabadi kachi dam ki biryani roast style. So here I've taken 2 kgs of meat, but then I'm going to give you measurements for 1 kg. For 1 kg you need 5 onions sliced and deep fried. You need half a papaya raw with skin pureed, and ginger garlic and green chili paste, that is 2-3 tablespoons. 1.5 cup of yogurt, some mint leaves and some coriander leaves. Then I am going to take here, this is 4 pieces of cinnamon and 2 big cardamom, 6 green cardamom, 6 cloves, 2 bay leaves, 1 teaspoon black pepper and 1 teaspoon caraway seeds, which is shajira. Alright. I have broken these bay leaves into pieces so it's easy for them to grind. Now I'm going to make it into a powder. This is my coffee grinder actually, but I use it to grind spices. Can serve both purposes. So I don't want these spices to be like really fine and powdery. I want them coarse, because coarse gives it a nice flavor and taste. You will also find that you get these ready-made biryani packets in the market. It's okay to buy them, but grinding fresh and making them fresh takes your biryani to another level altogether. So I also have the powder, market powder, but I'm going to grind it fresh. So we're going to make a coarse powder here. Now this is how the powder looks. It's coarse, it's fresh, and it's nice and fragrant. I will also show you the store-bought one and see the texture. It's very fine. I'll also use this later in the biryani, but I'll show you why I'll use it. So when you're buying mutton for biryani, take the lamb shank, the ran that is called, and ask the butcher to give you biryani pieces, which are a little bigger. So now we've taken the meat and we've used half of the sliced and fried onions. Then we are going to add 2 tablespoons of your ginger garlic and green chili paste. Then we add 2 to 3 teaspoons of the raw papaya puree, which acts as a meat tenderizer. Then we are going to add the coriander and the mint leaf. Then we're going to add all of the yogurt, 1.5 cup like I mentioned. We're also going to add some oil from the fried onions, and I'm going to add a biryani powder that we just made. Also going to add 2 teaspoons of turmeric seeds, turmeric powder, salt to taste, and Kashmiri red chili powder 2 teaspoons. Mix it nicely, give it a nice massage, make sure it gets coated very well. The oil that you add here is required, so do not skip that. Now this marination has to be left in the fridge for more than 2.5 hours, or overnight is better. Overnight gives it a very nice taste. Please cover it nicely, otherwise your entire fridge is going to smell of masalas. So we'll take it out tomorrow or after 2.5 hours. Now this is step 2. We have to make a potli. Potli is a bag. For the potli, I have taken 1 masala elaichi, that's a big cardamom, 2 pieces of cinnamon, 2 green cardamom, 3 cloves, 5 tablespoon ghee. Of course, I'm not going to add the ghee inside, and some chopped coriander and mint leaf, and 3 mace, and salt to taste. Salt is very important, so do not skip salt. Okay? Here I'm adding 5 tablespoons of ghee, that is clarified butter, in this water. Water is 2.5 times of rice. Do not forget to add the salt. This salt is like a breath, you cannot forget to breathe. So your biryani will really spoil if you forget. Now let this seep for 5-10 minutes into the water before you put it for boiling. Alright. Now this is my top secret. I've got this aluminium tin which I use to give, I'll show you why I use it. So now I'm going to heat the charcoal piece over here, and I'm going to add this charcoal piece in this tin. My mutton is marinated for 2 hours, more than 2 hours, sorry. And then I am going to add this ghee on it, and it starts to smoke. When it starts to smoke, put the cover and trap the smoke inside. Put a weight also if you can on the cover, the lid. Yep. And you can leave it for 10 to 15 minutes. Now take any long grain basmati rice. I'm using this one, 500 grams of basmati rice. Okay, wash it at least 3 to 4 times so that the starch goes out and your grains are separated. Now here I'm showing you how to assemble and what do you need to assemble the biryani together. So this is saffron. I've taken a very good quality saffron. This is Spanish saffron. You can also take Spanish saffron or any other saffron, but make sure stay away from fake saffron. Good saffron will give you nice color. If you rub it around your fingers, it shouldn't leave color. Then I've added in milk, soaked it in milk for 2 hours. Now in this milk I've also added some rose water. This is rose water. 2 tablespoons of rose water has been added into that milk. And I've also added Kevra essence, which is like a pandan essence. Only 2 drops. If you add more, the chances that it can get bitter. Then ghee, you need ghee, and then you need cashew nuts, deep fried cashew nuts. Completely depends, the quantity depends on you. Here is freshly squeezed lime juice from 2 limes, and some chopped coriander leaf, but whole mint leaf. Don't chop the mint leaf fine, it turns bitter. And then there's remaining 2.5 onions. Here I'm using store-bought deep fried onions, but you use the ones that you have fried. Chili as per your taste. Hyderabadi biryani is generally spicy, but you can adjust the spiciness. Now take a thick bottomed vessel and make sure that you add your marinated smoked meat and there is contact of the meat to the bottom of the pan. Okay, do not grease the pan, it starts burning. So now on top you add ghee, or you can even add the remaining oil that you fried your onions in. Do not be stingy with ghee and oil. That is what makes the biryani tasty. Here I've added all the onion, the coriander, mint leaf, the saffron milk, and lime juice, the cashew nuts, and I'm also going to add the red chili at this stage. I have chopped the red chili a little long so that one who doesn't want it can pick it out. Now this water has been sitting here. I put it to boil now. Once the water starts boiling, yes, I'm going to add the rice. The color of the water has changed because the spices have seeped inside. Now I add rice at this point. Squeeze this bag, yeah, so all the flavors come out. Rice should be 70% done. So after your rice is 70% done, layer it. Now you see some water drips from your strainer. That's okay. Water will give moisture. Then cover add all the remaining stuff on top of this rice. All your saffron milk, lots of ghee again, your lime water, your cashew nuts, your onion, and then I'm going to add the biryani powder here, the store-bought one, little bit, just for some that added flavor as soon as you open. Then we're going to cover our pot and I'm going to put an aluminium foil. Aluminium foil saves you the trouble of making a dough and sealing it and spoiling your utensil. So this works as a nice sealant. So now this is important. Timing is very important for a good biryani, and salt, the 2 key things. 15 minutes on high flame is what you need. Stay around your biryani, don't go away. Well, the fragrance will not let you go far anyways. But yes, 15 minutes on high flame, then 25 minutes on a very slow flame with a pan below. And after 25 minutes, you'll start seeing steam coming out. 5 minutes after that, switch off the gas. See, the rice is nice and fluffy, but the grand reveal is if the mutton is cooked or not. Let's see whether it is or not. The grand reveal. Here it is. Oh my god. Fork tender. Fork porks inside. It's tender like my heart. Hope you like this recipe. I served it with mirchi ka salan and bundi ka raita. If you liked it, like and subscribe.